So you got to take me through the black eye thing. And I got to tell you, I didn't buy it for a second, and I got video that says just that.
Yeah. I saw it.
But I will tell you this. You got everyone talking. It was great. It was a great watch. So bravo to that.
Thanks.
You got a lot of heat. You're like a heel. But I'm watching. Know why I knew it wasn't real? Because of how Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy were reacting to it, and you knew they had questions that they wanted to ask you that would kind of, your story would probably fall apart if they really grilled you, but they were smart enough to know, holy crap, this is working, we got to go with this and let him go. And that's how I knew it was fake at the time, but it didn't matter to me. I'm like, this is a great watch. So
and I knew
walk me through this thing for my audience that maybe haven't checked it out.
And I also knew they didn't believe me too. Like I was on doing that. Was my kitten in the balloon. That was
the kitten. Oh wow, very good reference, by the way. Very nice. But it worked.
I did. I got punched in the bar, and what happened was earlier that day, somebody had sent me a DM. I get DMs. I'm sure you get DMs. It's just people just say horrific stuff, and this guy's outside your house. And it's true. They know my address. Like, they sent a pizza to my house yesterday. They sent a pizza to Bob Levy's house. Like, it's weird. It's the internet. Bunch of psychos.
Well, I've had I'm not. I've had some things. Let's just put it that way. So I get it.
And and you have to take care of it. So
I have to take care of it in a way where I spend decent money on. I'll say it's security, unfortunately. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
So with that being said, the show is toxic, and people, I'm not like, some people know me. So this one guy at a bar knew I was a comic, and he was just messing with me, say something funny and all this bullshit, and then it just got out of hand, and I'm a hothead, and I said some stuff, and next thing you know, he punched me, and I just more or less, I got punched in the face, and I just, I was shocked by the situation. He was a bigger dude, and I just threw something at him. I ran away, and that's all it was. But it tied into the thing earlier where the guy sent the DM. I thought that'd be a better story.
Right. There's a good connection there. So first of all, I don't know how old you are, but you get to an age where getting punched in the face just sucks.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young and had youth on my side, it was almost like an adrenaline rush when you got into some kind of a situation. But then you get to an age, you're like, oh, that just fucking hurts and sucks.
Yeah.
Are you feeling that?
100%. I just turned 48 December 27th, so I'm like, what are we gonna fight?
Yeah. You're at that age where it just sucks now. So then you're like, all right, I got this DM, so I got a backstory, I got the physical proof, and then what in your head decided to bring it to the MLC podcast?
Well, because I have a show. Here's a plug from me called Kumia's Cucks, and it's all these dumb, shitty bottom feeders that ball wash Kumia. Because, by the way, if you ball wash Kumia, he loves it. So you can get into his camp that way and possibly be on payroll if you suck his ass. So I thought, okay, well, Anthony's been nothing but a shithead to me. So I just thought, okay. And this guy did say, he goes, yeah, you bomb every time you call into Anthony when we were talking. So I was like, he's the wrong guy. Okay. So here we go. And that's where it all started from. And then I was like, I had no plan. I was like, if someone finds out, I'll fess up to it, and someone did. I go, screw you guys.
I don't have an example right now. I certainly could find one, but when you do radio, there are times you're like, I'm just gonna go with this. Oh, we do got one. Like when we were in Boston and we said the mayor died in a car accident for April Fools, there was no plan.
Right.
It was like, I called up Anthony that morning. I go, I got an idea. I'm so sick of these radio guys doing their dumb April Fool's pranks. I got one. And I told him, he was groggy. I woke him up. He's like, yeah, that's great. Oh, that's great. I'll see you, later on. And then we go in the studio, and I got just this thought. And then I look at Anthony like, are we going to do this? He gives the nod like, let's do this. And then I just announced this crazy thing that happened. And just like you, now I got to navigate through it and try to figure out where does this end? How are we going to do this? Are we going to try to spin out of it?
Yeah. And back then, you guys were so there wasn't options. It was the radio or TV. The internet So you guys were like huge. It was like a microphone and a megaphone like you wouldn't believe. On your level, I can only fathom what that was like. Like, you said we're getting good numbers, but it's nothing compared to anything you guys were doing back in the day.
Bro, I'll take 1,000 people. I'm not going to lie to you. But back in the day, we were talking to at least 1 million a week, at least, maybe 2. They never really showed us the numbers at Sirius, so we had to kind of figure that shit on our own. But and before that, when we were syndicated up and down the entire East Coast and then had some markets out west, that it was a couple million people a week.
Yeah.
It's crazy what all this has become. But so then you're on the show, and then how did I didn't see the end of it. How did you spin out? Did you finally have to just come clean?
Yeah, there's a guy, a friend of mine. He's a comic. His name's Patrick Melton. It's called No One Likes Onions. He does a show. He's pretty funny. It's very niche, but he was one of the first podcasters out there that like kind of helped Red Bar get going and all these weird podcasts. He kind of investigated. He didn't hire an investigator. A private investigator looked into it. Literally checked phone records, called Tampa Police Department. So he really went all in with this investigation, and I just said, I gotta fess up because I mean the guy figured it out.
Right.
But it was never malicious. I never like go set up a GoFundMe. I was just trying to create. I mean, I'm on a show 5 days a week. It's all drama. It's all drama. So I mean, I gotta play to the drama.
And then people got mad at you. I'm like, you shouldn't be mad at this guy if you just really focused. It was obvious that wasn't the case with the black guy. There was another story to it. It was, you know what I mean? But then they get mad that you lied or something.
Well, then I get emails from guys from New Zealand saying, I've been fascinated with your life for the past 3 weeks and your story. Thank you for the entertainment.